Carolyn Doobie here. What's the play for today? Well, today I'm going to be looking at an everyday item, and I'm going to use that as inspiration for my play, because you can find inspiration for play just about anywhere if you take a moment to look around. So what got my attention today? My breakfast, the kiwi I was having. And in this video, you'll see how I use this kiwi to inspire some pattern play. And don't worry, there is no difficult drawing in here. This is not hyper realistic. This is play. You'll also notice very early in the video I make an oops. Some paint goes a little bit farther than what I expected. Now, was it the end of the world? No, it was absolutely an opportunity that helped me decide what I was going to do later on the page. Well, here's the source of today's inspiration for my play. It's a kiwi, a plain old average kiwi, the kind I have for breakfast, and I'm just going to cut it open, and inside is the most wonderful pattern created by nature. I'm going to use that as my inspiration for my play today. Now, I said it would be my inspiration. I'm not making a photorealistic image of the kiwi here. You can probably tell that by the fact that I've started out with yellow paint. And in the middle, I'm putting white in a very odd shape because, frankly, in the middle of the kiwi, it's not a perfect circle either. Now, what about the lines that are coming out of the kiwi? Yeah, I decided to just grab a brush and put some color there, dragging it out. Does this actually look like a kiwi? No. Kind of looks more like an orange slice to me, or a citrus slice, but that's irrelevant. The relevant part is that I'm getting some inspiration and I'm letting myself play. And I've decided, of course, to bring in the rainbow. I know you're totally shocked that I am going to start bringing in more colors, but I'm going to stick with that same kind of patterning idea of a circle with a blob in the middle, some spikes, and then paint around the edges. Now that orange smear that's outside that orange and pink kiwi, yeah, that's an oops. It's an outstanding opportunity presenting suddenly. Now my plan was to have these very nice circles loosely around the page, except now that I've got that oops there, I'm going to need to cover that up. That oops absolutely was an opportunity to help me figure out how I'm going to keep doing this page. And with that, because I want to cover up that smear of the orange, that's going to lead me to filling in the entire page. So the opportunity there for me was to actually fill this entire thing with pattern. Now, as I'm doing this, clearly these are not mathematical calculations as to what circles are going to go where, or whether or not I should have a large circle, a small circle. Is this piece going to be balanced? Is it going to be perfectly even? All that kind of stuff. That's really not running through my head. I'm just grabbing different paintbrushes and trying to put an assortment of colors all over the place. Worst thing that happens is I'm going to get too much of one color in one area, and all I have to do then is add more of another color there. And if there's no wrong way to do this, that means then that the way I'm doing it is the right way for me. And anytime there's no wrong way to do it, that really takes the pressure off and allows that perfectionist part of me to relax, and I can just let myself get into the play with this. Now, there are lots of ways to let yourself play, some of which you're seeing in this video, but I've got other videos in this Let's Play series. So if you'd like to check them all out, I've got a link down below in the video, or maybe even one popping up on the screen that'll take you right to a page full of all sorts of play waiting for you. And you've probably noticed that kiwi at the top of the page. Yes, I'm keeping it there as my model as I'm doing these hyper-realistic kiwis here. Yeah, these are more like gumball kiwis, the kind you put a quarter in and it rolls out of the little machine. These are not meant to be hyper-realistic, but I keep looking back at that kiwi as if it's going to guide me in this process. Well, now it's time to get rid of that white space. So I am just going to put more circles around the various kiwis, and really it's just an excuse for me to get even more color everywhere and get rid of that white space. It will also take care of that oops for me, and everything will end up covered up in the end. So what's next for this? I want to try some doodling with it, but before I put a pen on this, I am going to need to let it dry completely. Well, while it's drying, I think what I'm going to do is turn this into one of my free Sparks of Artspiration. So how can you get one of these? Well, there's a link down below, or maybe even popping up on the screen, that'll take you right to the page with all the details about how you can download this free print for your play. Well, thanks for joining me for today's play. If you've been enjoying this video, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button if you'd like to see more of my YouTube videos. And of course, I'd really appreciate it if you know somebody that could use a little more play in their day if you shared this video with them. Thank you for letting me be a part of your colorful journey.